Fantasy, fantasy, football, fantasy, fantasy, fantasy.
Oh my God.
Fantasy. If you like football and you like fantasy, fantasy, football, fantasy.
It gets me every week, Luke. Yeah.
I don't know why the video's not showing up on our page though, so I can't tweet about it.
What?
Huh.
There it is.
Is it there?
I see it.
Oh, now it's there. Kept saying we don't have any content.
Yeah, it's YouTube's fucking
YouTube.
YouTube.
Got some nice content strikes.
Oh, we did?
Or content warnings for
cool.
my Madden streams.
Oh, okay. That's neat. That's fun.
You know, we're using too much of the game audio.
Oh, and you know what? I always go to YouTube to watch and listen to bands that are in Madden.
Bands.
That's how I listen. Is it because of the music? Is that
yeah?
why?
It's because of the music. It's like Cardi B and all these, you know,
fucking
WME are like coming at us.
It's what? Oh, dude, it drives me fucking crazy. It's like this. God, we need a better system, guys. We need a better way. There's got to be a better way.
YouTube's just too big.
No. I always go to your stream to listen to Cardi B. That's for sure. I'm like, oh, I hope Luke is listening to Cardi B on Madden 18 right now. I can maybe catch like 2 seconds of a Cardi B song. Yeah, Cardi B though.
I gotta say, I'm digging the new deep voice Josh tonight.
Am I deep voiced?
Yeah, it's like
why am I that?
You're like, hey, it's Josh.
Do I sound like that?
Yeah, man, you sound good.
Oh, it's like a bedroom voice going on, huh?
Yeah, you sound like one of those like those like sexy announcers.
Oh, wow. I should keep this, I guess. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I'm doing differently.
I don't know. You got like robot filter on your microphone.
Maybe. Is it
sounds
better?
Good. It doesn't sound like a robot. It sound good.
I had to go to the emergency room the other day.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear about that.
I have a cyst on my head. It got gross. So everyone knows that now. And I had to go get it. They gave me medicine because my blood was poisoned.
Your blood was poisoned?
No, I was just infected. I just had to go. It was rad.
Poisoned by life.
Poisoned by being alive. Yeah. So I had to go do that. That was fun. I like that. That was a good time. America's great. We have the best healthcare.
How was your you know what I see all the time is billboards that say like emergency room waiting time, like only 8 minutes.
It wasn't long. I mean, I wasn't like dying, so like I just sat there and I was just like, okay. I went to just like an emergency care. It wasn't like a hospital.
You went to like a minute clinic.
Yeah, I went to and then they just poked at me and they were like, asked me a bunch of questions, and the nurse said I was funny, and I was like, thanks. I was like, I hate being here. I was like, I really hate it here because I hate doctors. And she was like, oh, and I was like, I don't hate what you do. I just hate being here. I was like, I really like doctors, but I don't want to be here. And she was like, I understand. I was like, okay.
You're like, what are you doing when you get off your shift?
Fucking ridiculous, dude. Ugh.
Well, I'm at least you got it looked at, and hopefully it'll be better, and you're not going to be blood poisoned and end up.
I mean, there's no damaging my brain more than it's already been damaged. So
fair enough. I will not touch that. But welcome everybody to week 2 of the 2018 NFL fantasy football season, and another tremendous episode to come. Obviously, I mean, it's already off to a great start, but it's going to be a tremendous episode for the next hour or so of the fantasy football podcasts.
Yes.
As you all just know, that's Josh. I'm Luke, and we're here to talk football with you. So, how you been in the football realm, Josh? Outside of visiting urgent care, how was your fantasy week?
Great. I won both of our leagues. I won in our Internet Sluts League. I always call it Internet Sluts.
Internet Sluts.
And then I won in Mel's Fantasy League. So I'm doing good. I had Michael Thomas in one of the leagues, so that helped.
That was a big help. I don't suppose you had Ryan Fitzpatrick playing for you.
No, I didn't have. I wasn't clairvoyant enough to see that Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to have the game of his life somehow at 47 years old. But I don't know. I was good. I feel good about my teams. I was a little iffy about them, but I'm feeling a little better about them now.
Well, at least until you see what happens with the Green Bay Packers injury report later this week.
Yeah, I don't think Rodgers is going to be like out for a long time, so that's good. Plus, I have good old Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's also questionable though too. I might need to get rid of him.
He's definitely questionable.
I picked up Patrick Mahomes though in my other league, so
he was on the waivers.
He was. So I was like, yoink.
Wow. That is an incredible pickup. How many teams are in that league? 2?
I think there's 8 or 10. I don't remember.
I was going to say, that seems like there's a lot of guys available. If Mahomes is
I saw Mahomes and I got real horny about it real quick. So I had to make a quick decision who I wanted to get rid of, you know.
That's a good pickup though.
Yeah, I figured that was a smart move to make. Because he played great.
He did. I don't think he's going to not throw interceptions for the rest of his life.
No, but
that was an impressive showing.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was a doubter. I'll admit I was wrong this week.
This week,
for now, I was wrong.
I got smoked in the ISIS league.
Okay,
that was not my favorite week. I hate losing in that league because everybody else just auto drafted their teams, and it's really frustrating.
That's the game, baby.
Super frustrating, but I fucking blew up the world in my other league because I had Kamara, Rodgers, and Michael Thomas.
Okay.
So my team put up like 183 points.
I'm pretty sure the rest of your team could score negative 50 points and you'd still have beaten everybody.
Yeah,
just those 3 dudes.
It was great. And I had the Ravens defense. So hot tip for anybody this season. If the defense is playing the Bills,
oh my God, the Bills look so bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're not going to look any better.
No, they might be the worst team in football. Like for the whole year. They might be terrible. I don't know. The Browns look good though. I watched that game.
Yeah, man, we've been saying.
I was
watch out for them.
I was rooting for him.
I mean, a tie, I guess, at this point in their history is as good as a win.
It's like a win. It's not a loss, so it's kind of like a win.
I couldn't believe that though, that it got blocked at the end. It was such like a heartbreaker.
That's some Browns ass shit, dude. That's some Eagle shit. That shit would have happened in 1998. Bobby Hoeing would have been the quarterback, and we'd have been like, "Oh my God, we're gonna beat the Steelers," and then the kick block. Yeah. Fucking, but I mean, I was excited to see the Browns play. They were making plays, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like there's a couple strips, there's a couple some crazy catches. I think Josh Gordon had a psycho touchdown catch.
That catch was ridiculous.
It's insane, dude.
Their rookie corner Denzel Ward, he played ridiculously against.
He had 2 interceptions.
Juju Smith-Schuster and Antonio Brown are going to do what they're going to do, but he played really great. I mean, all you could do is contain them. You can't hold them to 0.
Right, you're not going to shut them down, right?
Yeah.
Bend don't break. That's the thing we're saying here in Philly, right? Just bend.
Yes. Well, that's a popular adage. Bend and then don't break like the Lions did.
I watched some of that game too, and I was like, oh man, I think I fell asleep during it. I was like, because that was on Monday, so I was real tired from all the emergency room I had to do. So I fell asleep during that game, and I woke up and it was over. And luckily, there was a second game on.
Yes,
And
luckily.
it was terrible. That game was horrible.
I don't think that I had to stop watching because I was like, it is getting too late for this shit. And that game didn't end till like 2 a.m.
That game, man, I don't know who thought that was a good idea to start that game out on Monday night. Nah.
Well,
Gruden,
yeah.
nah.
Here's the thing about Monday night, right? Like, you kind of seen this trend lately, and I thought maybe it was just like the announcing team since it switched to ESPN. The announcing teams haven't been great, but then I kind of like think more on it, and it's like even the matchups are like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because Sunday night seems to get like the super game of the week,
Right?
you know, and Sunday afternoon you get that other great game of the week,
Right?
Thursday has like sometimes an okay matchup, but they're usually bad games.
Right. Those are bad games, like blowouts, like 35-0 in the third quarter or something.
But like Monday is now so like by the end of the Sunday Night Football, I'm like ready for football to be over.
Yeah, Monday feels like
a
a
new
chore.
game comes on Thursday, and like there's like
it's too quick. It's too quick, and that's just fans. Like, we don't play football. I can't imagine these guys who have to like play on Thursday night. Like, I'd be like, what the hell are we supposed to do? Like, I'm too tired. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Monday night, I did like the woman that they have. She also does. I don't remember her name. She also does college games.
I like her a lot.
She's great because she just announces the game like an announcer, and she's not trying to be all cutesy like Al Michaels with his fucking jokes and shit, you know?
Al Michaels with his, I took 16 Adderall and now I'm ready for a nap.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done with Michaels and Colin. If I could never hear Chris Collinsworth ever again, I would like love that.
Look, I'm just saying, make the Sunday night team Tony Romo and Jim Nance. Like, I'll do it. I'll do that forever.
Yes. They're great.
They're the best right now.
They're great.
You know, now Thursdays we get to look forward to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Oh, God. Oh.
You know, there's like people in the world that like them.
Are they Cowboys fans? Because that's probably the only people that like them. I feel like that would be a Cowboys fan thing, right? Are there any Cowboys fans in the chat right now? If there are, get the hell out of here. And also,
Cowboys fans. No, it's mostly just Mel and Janwich talking to themselves.
Okay, that's good. I don't think they're Cowboys fans.
Well, we know Mel is not.
No, Mel is not. They didn't do too well either, though.
Mel bleeds neon green.
She's a predator.
She's a predator. Brought to you by The Predator in theaters September 14th.
14th, yeah. This week. Oh, God, what a segue.
What a segue. But speaking of segues, we got a nice one coming up because we got new sponsors this season.
I'm excited. I was reading ahead a little to see what
I saw you on the notes and I was like, good, Josh is going to see some of these ahead of time. I put a lot of work in over the last 2 weeks trying to hook up some connections for us.
The second one is incredible.
And now we have our first sponsored listener questions of the week. Listener questions brought to you by LinkedIn. Build and manage your professional relationships online. LinkedIn, connecting the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Mm-hmm. And listener questions, connecting you to us to answer your team's biggest issues.
My God, this is like written by a professional writer.
Hire me. So we got a couple good listener questions. A lot of people use the Discord this week, which I thank you very much because it's just so much easier to find, even though using a Twitter hashtag is perfect. But let's use some of the Twitter hashtags first because there's only 2 over there, and then we'll jump over to the Discord questions. First up, we got Curtis Janwich writing us saying, Doug Baldwin doesn't look so good. Should I get rid of him this early, or should I wait it out till he's healthy? Is it too early to get rid of players in general this season? And if I should get rid of Baldwin, who should replace him?
Oh my God, that's a big question. What happened? He got hurt. What happened to him? I don't know what he hurt. Like, what did he?
The opposite MCL of the leg he injured previously.
Okay. I mean, I don't like getting rid of players this early, but I mean, if it's like a knee like that, maybe get rid of him because like he's not going to be playing for a couple weeks. I don't know who to get though. Like I don't know who's in your league.
Well, we'll cover that later.
Okay,
We'll cover some free agents later in the show. But I mean, if you're playing in a league that doesn't have an IR spot, that's a little strange. Like most leagues have at least one.
Yeah.
But I mean, Baldwin, he feels like a guy you should like at least stash. Like, don't drop him just because he still is Russell's like favorite target.
Yeah, who's Russell Wilson going to throw to, right? Like him,
right?
About it.
And it doesn't seem like it's going to be a season ender.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I saw it happen. I watched ESPN and I was like, oh, that sucks. But then I didn't hear anything about it, so I'm assuming it's not like a big deal. Like I think if he was like really hurt, like you'd be like, people would be freaking out about what's Russell Wilson gonna do now? Because what is he gonna do now?
He's just gonna keep Russell Wilson it, man.
He's gonna run around in a circle like he always does.
Just run around, find some fifth string wide receiver you've never heard of, and
score 6 touchdowns.
Hit him way deep. All right, and then all right. So we'll get rid of that. But addressing the issue of is it too early to get rid of players in general?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
You can definitely do it. Like there's nothing. That's like you always say, Luke. That's what's fun about fantasy, right?
Right. I mean, you want to build the team that you want to see out there every week, but also too, like there are guys on your team that you drafted to be bench players.
Right.
And like, if you see somebody else playing well that you think is okay, like just drop them and switch them.
Yeah. Switch them out.
Week 2. Like,
yeah. You're not in a hole. You don't need to win, right? Like it's not like there's no week 2 must wins to get into the fantasy playoffs. So experiment. Put a little paprika in your soup every now and then. I don't know how to make soup. Is that how you do it?
I think so.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like a soup recipe. And then our old friend, Jacksonville fan, Geeky by Nature 1.
Nice.
Writes us in and asks, do we have any advice about trading?
Okay. Buy low, sell high.
That is generally good advice. I like you can't beat that. What applies on the stock market also applies
in football.
In football. There are some pay fantasy sites that have like a trade value. They do like a Jimmy Johnson, like
a number.
This guy, he's worth like a 6.7, and it's
like a metric of some kind.
Here's how I view trading in fantasy football, and we addressed it I think last week with that guy with David Johnson versus Todd Gurley thing. It's just like, if it's a guy that you like and you think the value's about right, like you want to enjoy watching your team, right? And like winning is great. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to win their fantasy league, even if it's just for bragging rights, even if you're not in a money league. But like, to me, it's also about having a team that I want to root for. And like, there are plenty of guys that I'll draft that like I never get to see their games because they're never on TV. Right. But like I like them as players, so I want to see them score me points. Right. There's a that's the fun in the fantasyness of it. It's like it's like a D&D fantasy game where like you want to make a team of like all wizards, right? So maybe you want all your DPS in football as wide receivers that you like, right? Like maybe you're big into wide receivers and not running back so much. So you pick up you try to like stack heavy on wide receivers, right? It's the same shit. But yeah, like I'm pretty stingy about trades. Like I get real like I don't know, I think I'm getting screwed here. And I try to hard line it a little bit, but people don't really in our league, they don't really trade with me that much. I don't think I've ever gotten a trade request. So I think the only time I ever saw a trade was like Mike traded me something, right? But like the other guys in the league, like they're weird. I don't like them. They never well, they don't they just keep to themselves and they want to win really badly, and we're just like, I don't know. Yeah, but that's the advantage. I think they still talk to each other on like some Discord that was set up by
Skype like 100 years
like
ago.
yeah, but like I don't do that. And I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I don't. Yeah,
I ain't got time for that. But now, if you take it seriously, though, I mean,
sure.
you are going to have to generally overpay. Like you're going to have to like give a guy and another guy just to get somebody to like
get somebody you like, yeah.
To like think about it,
yes.
Right? You know, because some people are very much like, I don't know, I drafted this guy and like he put up 20 points this week, so he's going to put up 20 points every week. Right. It's like, well, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have a guy that you know, someone like Deshaun Jackson, who went absolutely apeshit last week.
Right.
Like, I don't think he's doing that again this season. And that's the absolute thing. Like, he might sell high. Like,
he might not score a touchdown in his NFL career anymore. Like, who knows? Like, he's super freaky like that. Like, he's just weird like that.
But mostly just enjoy what you have going on. Over on the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some questions here for the Week 2 Bugaboo hashtag. KJ Sandwich writes in again. Is Eric Flowers the worst left tackle of all time? Well, last year he was definitely the worst left tackle.
He's right
this
tackle.
Year, he's definitely the worst right tackle.
So you can change that to worst tackle of all time? I would say yes.
I mean, he is probably the worst starting offensive lineman in the NFL that is expected to perform.
I love the Giants because they are so stupid. I love this new Giants team, like this new Giants way of doing things, which is just like, I don't know, put whoever out there. I love it because I like as Eagles fans, you're just like, nom nom. And watching the Eagles last week, like after watching the Eagles last week, you're just like ready to fucking. Luke has a technical problem. I'm gonna just fill some time. He's gonna get new headphones out. Look at him go. I want him to hear what I have to say though. So, where did he go? Where are you?
Technical difficulty here.
Did your headphones run out of batteries, Luke? Oh my god! I gotta plug it in. Oh, look at this! Look at this. Does it work? Hello, Luke. Luke. This is why you always go wired. You never go wireless. Never
Josh,
go
take over the show for the rest wireless. Of the show.
All right, the show is over now. Now we're going to talk about kinds of kitty cats we like. I prefer a kitty cat from under a porch or in a rainy, abandoned car junkyard because they have the best personalities. Don't ask me why. They're just the best. Like mutts, right? Like mutts are the best. He's still wandering around. He's still wandering. He's looking for headphones. So those are my. I don't like a cat that's like a designer cat, like a rag doll or like a I like a cat that's from a great like a nice.
Hey, I'm back.
He's back. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying as an Eagles fan, watching the Giants fuck up like this and watching the Eagles play defense like they did against Atlanta. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh good God, please let's do it.
That felt real good.
That was I want the Giants to be done. I wish the Giants wouldn't be a team anymore. The Eagles would beat them so bad they would just stop being in the NFL. That'd be great.
It might happen.
With Eric Flowers, it might.
I mean, if we kill Eli,
we've been trying to.
Pat Shurmur keeps calling such great plays.
I keep forgetting that Pat fucking Shurmur is their coach. You might as well just put like a plain like white bread slice of white bread up and just give it a headset with a little clipboard on it. That guy, that's the same thing as Pat Shurmur. just white toast.
Let's see what else we got here. Jads of all trades. Now this is a tough question.
Okay.
Do you have a memorable game from the past where the mood shifted from absolutely defeated gloom to an unexpected positive outcome by the end, such as Bears v Green Bay?
I would we I don't want to shit on Jads' parade. But the Bears are really bad. And Khalil Mack single-handedly was winning that game for the Bears. That guy was like, I'm just going to win this football game.
Yeah.
And then Khalil Mack, as one guy on defense, you would expect couldn't win the game. The Packers should have been winning that game the entire time. Anyway, the answer to the question, Miracle at the Meadowlands 2. That's the craziest fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that there are a number of miracles at the Meadowlands. That one definitely stands out.
Yeah.
I mean, from an Eagles perspective, mine is still 4th and 26.
4th and 26 was crazy.
But that wasn't like such like a defeated gloom so much as like we still got a chance.
Right.
Can we like do it? And like, oh shit, it's over. Oh wait, no, it's not. Like,
right.
Kind of thing. But I mean, just kind of like everybody else, like, I go through those games and watch them, maybe not with such a devotion to the team that's losing and comes back, but like they're still very captivating.
So fun
television.
So fun.
The Colts Chiefs playoff game.
Holy shit.
Right? Like that. Oh my God. What year was that? Was that
2013?
Yeah. That game was wild.
Yeah. I watched when I was in 4th grade, I watched the Bills Oilers playoff game, and then they cut away because like television didn't function the way it does now. Like they just like cut away, and everyone was like, what the hell? It was like the greatest comeback in the history of the sport, and they're like, now we're gonna go watch fucking 60 Minutes. That was a good one. Frank Reich.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, there's been a lot of good games over the years, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like from an Eagles perspective. I like when we're getting blown out, we stay blown out.
Yeah, we don't like unless it's against the Giants.
Unless it's against the Giants. Mel writes in Matt Ryan versus Carolina or Matt Stafford at the 49ers.
I think you know the answer to that, Mel.
I would say who's on the waivers.
Matt Ryan doesn't score touchdowns in the red zone anymore because he can't, I guess. I don't know. I would go Stafford. I mean,
the 49ers defense is not the Jets.
Sure.
So I don't think it will be quite a disaster, but they are playing technically on a short week. And also Matt Patricia clearly has no idea what he's doing.
I love it. I love when the Belichick tree fails because it's so fucking satisfying. Oh, there's nothing more satisfying than watching a Belichick disciple stumble as the coach of the fucking Detroit Lions.
Yeah. I feel bad for the Lions because they were like, we got Patricia. And then it was like, yeah.
Is he going to play?
Do you think he's going to be the one that breaks history? Like, I think Belichick's highest coaching tree win percentage is Josh McDaniels, and it's like
it's 11 and 17.
It's like
I remember,
like 400% or something. Like,
it's terrible. I think it's 11. I saw a graphic the other day, and I was like, oh, this is bad. Like it's like Romeo Crennel is like 35 and 52 or something like that. Like, ugh.
No, Mel says she has Derek Carr on her bench. I would gamble on Derek Carr over the both of those.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. I wouldn't.
Not against Carolina.
Not against Carolina. Yeah.
And until Detroit shows that they can like run an offense, and I would also not play Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
he just threw 4 fucking picks.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That ain't
great.
It's like regular old Ben Roethlisberger out there.
Let's see. Pigeon Hat who I don't know who that is.
A new person
in our YouTube chat or on Twitter, but it's a
Mhm.
Discord person. In the case that Rodgers sits, would you rather have Tyrod or Case Keenum off of waivers?
So this is like a problem that I had earlier. Because I have Rodgers, and I don't know. I was thinking about getting rid of Roethlisberger because he's bad. And I thought about Tyrod. I was like, Tyrod. I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. I don't think I would go Keenum. Keenum's real weird. I don't like Case Keenum. I don't like him as a person. I just don't like I don't know. He wigs me out a little bit. I'd go Tyrod Taylor, man. Like some of those throws he made were pretty good. So I don't know.
Yeah, so they're playing the Raiders this week. They're at home. I like that matchup for Case.
Yeah,
and Cleveland is playing
the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Oh yeah, Tyrod this week.
Yeah, they got butt smashed. They got their butts smashed in.
Yeah, I think the wide receiving core on Cleveland is as good, if not slightly better, than the Bucks.
Yeah,
like they don't have like a Mike Evans game breaker,
right?
But, Josh Gordon, Jarvis Landry, they're real good.
Yeah, they got a thing. They got a good thing going.
Tyrod in New Orleans, I like.
Yep.
Do you think anything? This is from Shamstron.
Okay, Shamstron.
Do you think anything changes for the Bills with Josh Allen being named the starter? No.
They get worse.
No, nothing changes.
We could do a whole podcast about this topic. What the fuck were they What are they thinking? What were they thinking? Why would you name Nathan Peterman your starter? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Better the shitty quarterback than the one you don't. I don't know.
I don't. And then when did Allen go in? Like the second quarter?
I think it was like the middle of the third or halftime.
But still, you're not even gonna finish the game with that dude. You're gonna put your rookie court. Fuck, that's crazy.
He was so bad though. He was really bad.
He's terrible.
No, but I think if anything changes for the Bills, it's that they can score 10 points now.
Woo.
Instead of no points. I don't think it's a real upgrade at all.
Yeah.
In the chat, we have a hot question.
Oh, right
coming in hot from David Jasso, who asks George Kittle or Jared Cook this week.
Well, Jared Cook also pulled a Ryan Fitzpatrick and decided to get 180 yards somehow. I don't think Jared Cook's going to get 180 yards again.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, the Raiders are playing the Broncos. I don't think Jared Cook repeats. I think George Kittle has a higher percentage of being able to do another 6 for 90 game, like he did, especially against that Lions defense, which is they got ripped to shreds. I know the Jets defense had a bunch of picks and scored a couple touchdowns, but they made Sam Darnold look like Matt Ryan.
Sam Darnold looked like a superstar.
Yeah.
Sam freaking Darnold. His name's Sam Darnold, for fuck's sakes.
If the Jets had a tight end, they don't, because they got rid of Austin Seferian-Jenkins. They just have a bunch of who is this guy at tight ends?
Yeah.
I would say last week he would have had a great week.
Yeah.
But I like Kittle this week against them.
Yeah, I'll pick that because I don't think Jared Cook's gonna. I don't know. Jared Cook's like the Amari Cooper of the Raiders. Oh wait. Oh man.
Amari Cooper, 1 catch, 9 yards. He's back.
Oh my god.
He's back.
If there's one thing true in this universe, it's Amari Cooper, 1 catch, 9 yards.
All right, that brings us to our first ever of the 2018 season. Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra, 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little sponsor logo on camera there.
That looks delicious.
Boom. Ultra red is my favorite.
I would go with that. I'd take one of those right now. I don't have anything to drink. I don't have anything.
You don't even have like water?
No.
No, like
oh wait,
honey,
no, I do.
Honey tea?
It's Lift and Brisk. It's Brisk, baby. But that's a different segment. Sorry, Monster. Don't leave us as sponsors.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Brisk. Remember those old Rocky commercials?
Nothing is over. Just give me something to drink. Yeah, I remember that. That was him. He got paid $1 million to do that. That was him.
That's Buck Wild.
That's like the easiest $1 million anyone's ever made. Be Rocky as a claymation guy. Oh, okay.
And our Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra, 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment, can be no one else but Ryan Fitzmagic.
I think we all saw this coming.
417 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 36 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. An ESPN standard PPR scoring that was 42.3 points. Now,
this is like a QB Eagles stat line from Tecmo Bowl. Like, what the fuck, man?
That 42.3 points was not the most points put up.
Yeah.
Like, Kamara had more points.
Yeah.
But you kind of expect Kamara to do that. So because he may not be nominated for another Monster Game of the Week ever again, we wanted to give one to Ryan Fitzpatrick this week.
He deserves it. He's 105 years old. His hip dysplasia was looking under control this week. They're going to take him out back, shoot him. Dude, Ryan... Can we talk about the Dirk Cutter at the end of the game saying the Fitzmagic is definitely real? That guy is the lamest dude in the history of football coaches. He's like, that was I don't like to use the word cringy. That was like some cringy ass shit, dude. I was like, ugh. The Fitzmagic is definitely real. Like, what are you, some kind of fucking hype man? You fucking idiot. It looks like he just got out of like a fucking like Jimmy Buffett concert and he's just like, the Fitzmagic is real. Shut up, dude. You're such a dork. Fucking nerd. I hope the Eagles fucking kill that guy. I hope they tackle the coach and he dies.
Choked a little bit.
Suck. Stupid. But yeah, great game, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh man, so good congratulations on winning the first 2018 Monster Game of the Week, Ryan. We'll send you your postcard in the mail.
Postcard. Yep.
And now our second of 2 new sponsors for the season. We have more new sponsors as well, but this is the second of 2 so far.
This one's great. This one's my favorite.
After that, it comes time to take a look at the waiver wire, and our waiver wire picks this year are known as the Fantastic Free Agents and Where to Find Them, brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, coming November 16th from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers. Tickets available now through Fandango.
Oh my god, that's fucking great. Thank God we got them on board. Whew.
I couldn't believe it. I reached out to JK.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, we have a fantasy podcast. She's like, oh, fantasy, good, do it. And I was like, it's fantasy football, but thank you.
Like soccer,
so we'll
okay, got it. Yes, football, got it. Because they call it football over there.
Now, we got a lot of guys that put up some good numbers last week, or promising numbers last week.
Mm-hmm.
That are going to maybe be available in some smaller leagues, some deeper leagues. So we got a range of players available here: quarterback, running back, wide receiver. No tight ends this week. There's not really a whole lot of surprising tight ends. I mean, maybe Jared Cook, but somebody probably already had him as a starter.
Yeah, somebody probably took him, right?
Right. That's at least the way I'm thinking.
I would not think he was available in most leagues.
So let's go ahead and get started on these. If you're looking for some wide receiver replacements, last year, this man may have been a sleeper pick for many of you till he
talked about
hurt
him.
his hamstring.
Yeah, we talked about him.
This year, he may have been a sleeper pick for you. But now he is a waiver wire target. He's a fantastic free agent.
Hmm.
Name is Kenny Galladay.
He comes up every year. He's gonna be the new Tyree or T.Y. Hilton. He's gonna be the
New
new
T.Y. Hilton.
What's that guy up to?
Against the Jets, even though they were getting blown out, he was definitely targeted a lot. He had a huge target share compared to Jones, and was fairly on par with what you would expect a number 2 outside receiver to get.
Yeah.
They were playing from behind, but he was healthy. He put up some nice catches, had a ton of yardage, and especially in a PPR league,
that's awesome.
That's definitely worth a waiver wire pick.
Yeah.
From that same game, Josh.
Yes, this game set the trend.
It did set a trend. New York Jets wide receiver Quincy Enunwa. Back and fully healthy from the neck injury that kept him out of all of 2017.
Can't mess with a neck injury, man.
Playing out of the slot, he basically filled the tight end role. I think Enunwa can be this year's Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, God, I hope Nelson Aguilar is this year's Nelson Aguilar.
Right now, this year's Nelson Aguilar has got to be this year's Alshon Jeffrey.
That's true.
Because we don't have anybody else to catch the ball. But Quincy Enunwa running out of the slot, he was Darnold's favorite target. In PPR, ton of short intermediate routes. Yeah. Darnold, not only can he check down to Bilal Powell and Isaiah Kroll, but you got Enunwa, and Enunwa had touchdown. He had good hands. I like him a lot.
Darnold's going to be doing that. He's not confident enough, right, to be. I mean, that first play was a pick six. Like, that's got to fuck with your brain a little bit. He came back, but I think Darnold's going to be like the Sam Bradford check down king of 2018. So he might catch a lot of footballs.
Yeah, and he will be available in a lot of leagues because I think the Jet target that was mostly drafted was Robbie Anderson, Temple Products, who had a great game, wonderful catch. But yeah, I think I like Enunwa from a volume perspective for sure.
Yeah.
In the running back department, if your league is a little deeper, in the Indianapolis Colts, we have Nyheim Hines.
Everyone knows that name from the game of football.
Now, he's a rookie this year.
Yes.
Marlon Mack is awful.
The Colts are awful.
Watkins, the other running back they have, is also awful.
Yes.
Now, he didn't have a lot of yards. The rushing game never really got off the ground, but he was heavily targeted. He was the third most targeted running back in week 1.
Yeah.
And he got equal attention from Luck, almost as much as guys like Jack Doyle and some of the wide receivers. So
football rules.
I think he is a tremendous either stash, or if you're in a deeper league, definitely go after.
That's a super backdoor pick. That's a secret pick. This is why the show's good. This is I didn't even know who that guy was.
Well, we play in a baby league, so no, but our 10-team league, you probably will never have to worry about picking up a guy like Nyheim Hines.
I mean, unless you're me and every running back on your team's knee explodes.
That's fair.
That does happen.
Well, if that happens, Josh, we have another running back for you.
Thank God.
From the Denver Broncos, surprising pick here, Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, he looked really good.
He looked really good. Everybody expected Freeman to get the start, and he did. He did decent. But people expected Devontae Booker to be, the change of pace guy. Yeah. But Lindsay was the change of pace guy. Booker was basically an afterthought this game. Lindsay made the most of all of his carries and target shares, had the TD, great on receiving downs. Freeman is still not a 3-down back. So he'll be nice in PPR. That's another guy that you could sneak in on a flex.
Yeah.
Get in cheap on a, streaming, in a daily game.
Dailies.
So, that's a nice little pick with promise. I don't think he's going to overtake Freeman.
Right.
I don't think he'll be the number 1, but I see this going down as kind of like a Jeremy Hill, Gio Bernard back when both of them were really good.
Right. Kind of like he comes in on third and just punches it in or something. That'd be, that's good. I hate this next pick you have.
I know. On the quarterback department, just because I can only go with on real waiver wire. Not everybody's going to have Pat Mahomes available in their
No,
league.
not everyone's gonna win the lottery like I did today.
But I was actually really impressed with Alex Smith's performance on the Washington football team.
Look, I like Alex Smith. I had him last year when he was lighting up teams up for that first half of the year. Like, my problem with Alex Smith is the team he's on, not just because I don't like the team, but I think that team is like a assembly line team, meaning like you can just put a part in and it just functions the same. Like,
right.
Like that team doesn't get better ever. They just sort of like, this guy is the quarterback, and it's just like, okay, we're 9-7 or we're 7-9, you know, like, so I just get real iffy because like that team's just real goofy like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the coaches.
Maybe it is the coaches, but you know, most of you guys are going to be set at quarterback after week 1. You know, Rodgers might be a bit iffy if you drafted and gambled on a Mariota. You know, you're in a little bit of a pinch. But I like Smith as a QB2 just because he'll be consistent. He's not going to put up Drew Brees numbers,
right?
But he will not lose you a fantasy game.
Right. He's not going to fuck your team up. He's not going to fuck your game up.
Yeah. He's good for 250 and 2.
Yep.
You know, here you go. Take your points, count them in.
15 points. Maybe I need that much to win. Yep.
Now, again from Monday Night Football.
I can't believe this one. No.
And just because I'm really high on this kid. Because like so many writers that were writing about Sam Darnold's performance, he showed lots of poise this week. I don't know if you saw that on Deadspin. They did a thing about how much poise he had, and literally everybody that wrote a recap of the game.
Oh, I love that stuff. I love that stuff, dude. I love when like writers all decide that they're gonna just write the same thing about a thing. Like they're just like they got like a memo and they're like, okay, yes, poise. I love that shit. I was wrong. I mean, I think he's gonna have like an okay year. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be like Carson Wentz. Like, no,
certainly not. Certainly not.
Like that ceiling isn't there. But I mean, as far as Jets quarterbacks go, fuck yeah, dude.
You know, but to me, Darnold is a guy where you're in a 12-team league.
Yeah,
and you had Rodgers, right? So like, oh shit. Well, I need Darnold to fill in until I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think he's ever going to be your guy, at least not in this season. But again, he's another kind of guy I feel like is going to have a Smith-like season, but there's more upside because he could have a game where he blows up.
Right. I was going to say, like, if I had to choose, like, I have Rodgers, and if I have to pick another quarterback or whatever, and it's like Ryan Tannehill or him, like, I'm going to take Darnold over Ryan Tannehill because I know the kind of bullshit Ryan Tannehill is going to give me. It's going to be a disaster. You don't know what Darnold can do completely.
I mean, he might explode. I mean, he might implode, and he could. You know, he could be out there Matt Staffording it next week.
He could, but that's the fun. That's the gamble, man.
Yeah. The fun. So those are our fantastic free agents and where to find them. Brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Remember, that's coming out November 16th in select theaters nationwide. Brought to you by the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers. So thanks, JK, for hooking us up with that sponsorship.
Thanks, JK. We'll talk later about the part that I'm going to be in the next one.
And now we'll slide right in to our other, I guess you could consider this like a free agent gambling system. Yeah. The newly added daily fantasy picks. This week brought to you by Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's daily fantasy picks. Enjoy a blended pumpkin pie blizzard for a limited time this month at Dairy Queen. Not available at every location. Please check your local menu to see if it's a participating store.
You know, for real though, like, I know Dairy Queen is paying us and all for this, but I fucking love Dairy Queen food. Like, Dairy Queen food is delicious. Like, dude, hamburgers, fucking all that stuff. Give me that stuff. It's so good.
We got this sponsorship, and I was like, oh, they have pumpkin pie blizzard, so let me go get one. I got one tonight.
Yeah.
and it was rather delicious.
Well, I need to
They
go
sprinkle a little nutmeg on it.
Oh, that's what Malcolm X got high on in prison.
I got high on nutmeg.
Nutmeg. What's that? Is that from Half Baked?
Yeah.
Is that a Half Baked reference? I don't remember.
But yeah, so thank you, Dairy Queen. We have a bunch in our area. I don't know where you guys live.
There's one right by my house.
Dairy Queen all up in this bitch.
I love it. Go through the drive-through. Oh, I'm gonna do that after this. Are they open? I should know. I don't know.
I'll call them right after this.
Okay. You have the number? Do you have Mr. Queen's number on your phone?
DQHQ on speed dial.
I did my homework this week.
Awesome.
I picked players. I'm also losing my voice right now. Sorry.
That's all right. So over here in our daily fantasy picks for week 2 streaming, budgets changed. You know, some players moved up, some players moved down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the great thing about daily fantasy. It's constantly in flux. So again, like we did in week 1, if this is your first time catching the show and you missed it last week, we're going to give you kind of like the high price guy,
right?
A little mid-range, and then like your budget guy.
Or cheap if you don't want to use a euphemism.
I like the word budget.
Budget is good.
Maybe I can talk to a certain company who shares a similar name and get a sponsorship there.
Enterprise.
Penske.
Penske, the racing team, not the company, just the racing team.
All right, so at quarterback, to me, the top tier player that is expensive but not outrageously expensive is Kirk Cousins.
Oh boy.
I liked what he did last week against San Francisco. Wasn't flashy, but he put up points.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Green Bay's defense is not good.
No, they're not.
And you know, they may find themselves in a shootout.
Yes.
I know Minnesota's defense is too good to technically get into a shootout, but we've seen it happen. You know, they were in a tightly contested offensive battle with New Orleans in the playoffs.
They got their ass handed to them by the Eagles.
They did.
Do you remember that? That was great.
I did. That was awesome. They scored first, and they were like, "We got this."
Nick
Foles was like, "Look at my dick."
Dude, they 2002 Eagles. That game reminds me so much from the other side of the 2002 NFC Championship game, the Bucks and the Eagles. Oh God, where everyone's like, "We're gonna do it," and then like Joe Jaravicious like scores like 57 points. Is that his name, Joe Jaravicious?
Yes.
Yeah, how could we forget?
Penn State product.
Ugh, fuck you, Penn State.
In the slightly cheaper mid-range area, as we discussed about Mr. Tyrod Taylor, I like Tyrod. Kirk Cousins was about 6,400 on DraftKings, which is the prices that we use. Tyrod comes in at 5,900, so it's about 500 cheaper, and with a favorable matchup against New Orleans, who just let Ryan Fitzpatrick eat their shit.
Literally.
Yep. And then trusty old New York Football Jets quarterback Sam Darnold.
Old Sam Darnold.
For 5,100, I like Sam Darnold going up. I forget, who did we say the Jets were playing?
The Jets are playing somebody in the NFL. Who are
I think they're playing Miami.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so for 5,100, I like Darnold as as the budget of rental of the week. Ooh.
There it is.
He's a budget rental player. He did it.
He's thinking.
That one just came to me.
He's thinking about it.
All right, at running back, you know what? Le'Veon who? For 6,700.
John Connor.
Come with me if you want to win. Huh? How you like that one?
That was good. That's really good.
Pittsburgh Steelers, John Connor for 6,700. Last week he went banana pants on Cleveland.
He
was
the only
basically
one
the
doing
only
anything.
offense. that
Yeah,
they had.
he was like the only guy doing stuff.
So yeah, he's pretty good. In the mid tier, this pains me to say it because I was so wrong about him.
Yeah.
The Washington football team, Adrian Peterson for 5,500.
Yeah, he's always doing that stuff, making you feel wrong.
You know, like he wasn't as flashy as Chris Thompson. It was definitely like volumetric.
Right.
He just fucking grinded carry after carry after carry.
Yeah.
But I think that's not a bad price for someone that's going to get you that kind of statistics.
Sure.
I also like against the New Orleans Saints, the Cleveland Browns running back Carlos Hyde for 4,900.
Yeah, he had a couple good runs that I saw. He looked pretty good.
He looked pretty good, and Pittsburgh's defense, even though it's not a traditionally good Pittsburgh defense,
it's pretty good.
They're better than New Orleans.
Yes.
And I think Carlos Hyde will take a lot of pressure off Tyrod this week. And 300, that's 4,900 for Carlos Hyde.
Okay.
And at the $4,600 price range, I like Isaiah Crowell.
Crowell.
I know he had exited Cleveland not on the best of terms, but he showed up in Detroit and he just worked some magic. He showed up as a Jet, and I mean, it was like 10 carries, 100 yards, touchdown.
Yeah. I didn't even know who the Jets running back was until I was watching the game, and I was like, "Oh, that guy, huh? What happened? Whatever happened to Isaiah Crowley? Kroll?
Yes, Kroll. Yes, Alistair Isaiah Crowley.
Mr. Crowley. I love that song.
But for 4,600, I think that's a nice.
Yeah, that's a good bet. Like that's a good gamble, I would say. Because and again, they're playing Miami, so take that for what you will.
All right, at wide receiver. Now, there's two guys we already talked extensively about, so I'm just going to say them in their prices. I like Kenny Golladay at 4,800, and I like Quincy Enunwa at 4,700. The two of those guys, I think, will have solid games for that price. I love, even though he's 7,300.
Yeah,
I love Mike Evans this week.
Man, I fall in love with Mike Evans every year, and I'm like, Mike Evans is legit. And then Mike Evans is like on the Buccaneers, and they're bad, and like then he gets bad. Like about like week 5, like Mike Evans is gonna take a break for a couple of weeks. But I love him like when he does do Mike Evans stuff, like when he's big and tall and catches touchdowns. He's great.
That's what he did last week.
7,300 is a lot for Mike Evans.
But that's what I'm saying. If you need one guy to like, you're going budget with Sam Darnold, you're going budget with Carlos Hyde, like put that money into Mike Evans.
All right.
And another Cleveland Brown for 6,300. Jarvis Landry. I don't know how this guy is so cheap.
I like this a lot. Yeah, this is like really smart.
Cheap, right? And 6,300 is not cheap, but it's affordable compared to other receivers that put up similar numbers.
Because he's on the Browns, and they don't believe in the Browns, Luke.
You know,
not like we do.
You got to believe.
That's the Browns' motto. You got to believe. Just win, Brownsy.
At tight end, this is going to hurt Josh. For 5,000, it's pricey.
Oh boy!
But he had a good week, and I think he's going to have another good week. Jordan Reed of the Washington football team.
Somebody's got to do something over there, right, man?
When healthy, Jordan Reed is just a PPR machine.
He's a monster. He's so irritating to watch. I hate him.
Yeah,
it's fucking frustrating.
They're not playing us this week, so I recommend him.
Even when I watch, I don't typically watch Washington games because I hate them. But if I'm forced to, because the TV makes me or whatever, like I can't stand him. I can't stand watching this guy. He just catches balls like all the time. It's like ridiculous.
He catches balls just as much as he catches concussions. Boom.
Nice.
Jordan Reed.
Good luck with your SpaghettiOs brain, Jordan Reed.
For 3,800, I like George Kittle. I've already talked about George Kittle enough probably on this show.
Yeah.
So I don't need to bring it up again, but I like George Kittle.
That always reminds me of Skittles.
Especially at 3,800, though. That is a real nice affordable tight end. Now, if you really want to gamble on a cheapie, He had a good game last week. I don't know what his future portends, but Seattle tight end Will Dissly. Talk about a guy who put up points that nobody had ever heard of before.
Did Will Dissly's mom call you and say, it would really help little Will if you could talk about him on your NFL football show? Could you just reference Will, please? He needs...
Look, for 3,300 and the potential of like 30 yards and a touchdown, and Doug Baldwin's out.
No. I think that's smart. I think that's really smart because, like, again, Russell Wilson's gonna find somebody to throw to. Might as well be Will Dissly. Why not? Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Why not? 3,300? Fuck it. Do it.
And at defense, what team is playing the Bills? The Los Angeles Chargers. So for 3,600, I think it's expensive. But it's worth it because they're playing the Bills.
Bills are going to score -5 points. Somehow.
And if you want a cheap one, this is going to be a tough game. But for 2,800, the Bears against Seattle, I like the Bears' chances of putting up points on defense.
Yeah.
They're going to get some sacks.
Sure. That's one of those games where you look at it and you're like, that's going to be a weird game. And like weird games have a lot of defensive touchdowns. They have a lot of interceptions that get ran back and stuff. So I don't know. I like it. Why not?
You know, because I mean, you invest in everywhere else. You're like, oh shit, I forgot to get a defense. So here's one at 2,800.
Are we doing defense?
No, we don't do defense.
Yeah, we don't. Okay, good.
No, that's not worth it for what we're doing.
No, we'd have to up the salary cap.
We would. And I like 20,000 is like
nice round number. It's not either 25 or 25,000 is too much.
Yeah.
And anything less than 25 is a weird number. So 20.
Right. 22,750.
22. Yeah. It's like now you're getting into like Price is Right territory. $1.
$1. All right. So those were our Dairy Queen daily fantasy picks. Remember, right now for a limited time, you can enjoy pumpkin pie blizzard. Check your menu though to make sure it's your location is participating in the limited time offer.
Yeah.
And now we're going to slide right into the fantasy football podcast fantasy challenge. This does not have a sponsor yet.
It doesn't. We need one.
We're going to get one soon though. Remember, this is the first year that we have you guys playing with us. I want to thank everybody who joined up and played. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries this week, which was great.
That's great.
Very much appreciative. Remember, you guys can fill out a team to participate over on our Discord as long as your team is in by 12 p.m. Eastern on Sunday morning.
There it is.
You qualify for an entry. It's free to play because it don't cost money to type shit on the internet.
No, it's not yet. Maybe soon.
Maybe one day. But there will be prizes for you guys at the end of the season. We are going to do again. We're going to do prizes for the person who has the most wins against Luke and Josh, and the person who has the most overall wins in the league. So you don't have to worry if you missed out in week 1 because it only counts it if you won that week. So there's still plenty of time. 17 weeks. There's no time like the present to join.
Join up.
So what we do is we have a budget of $20,000. We use DraftKings values, if you will.
You want me to link this thing in the chat here?
Sure. Yeah, throw that out there. This site shows it for free if you don't want to.
Oh, it won't let me do that.
No. All right. Well, over on the Discord, we do have a. Actually, let me see if I can do it. Can I do it?
It's YouTube. It hates links. Oh, thanks, YouTube.
What? Okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh, remove the HTTP.
Yeah.
You got it. Right? Did it work?
NFL ? Site. equals.
Yeah.
Nope, that didn't work.
No, they won't let you. Okay.
What
All
a
right.
bunch of assholes.
Thanks, YouTube. You're the best.
Okay. So, yes, Discord is the place to see. We have the a channel over there for the weekly fantasy game. We have the site that you can visit that shows all the values for free, and so you don't have to create an account at DraftKings to see what the values are.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving right along. So last week,
Yeah.
last week went really well for Josh. It went
I had a good week.
very poorly for me.
You didn't have a good week.
Josh went on board with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, Chris Thompson at running back, Stephon Diggs at wide receiver, and Dallas Goedert at tight end.
Yes.
Jimmy G put up 9 points. Chris Thompson 24.8.
Amazingly.
Great budget pick there, Josh.
That was a winner.
Stephon Diggs 14.1. Another good mid-tier value pick. Sadly, Dallas Goedert didn't capitalize on the targets he got. He had a touchdown he dropped. He threw up that interception off his chest.
Thanks, Dallas.
But he was targeted, so I think he's got potential to still be that like super cheap tight end you can buy.
Yeah.
But I liked what I saw, and I was just disappointed with his performance.
Yeah, he didn't play very well. Neither did Ertz, though. So
that's true. But overall, Josh's total for the week was 49.3. Excellent total. I went with Sam Darnold at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey at running back, Marquise Goodwin at wide receiver, and David Njoku at tight end. Darnold gave me 13.8, McCaffrey 13.5. Goodwin got hurt and was a non-factor for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he got hurt early-ish.
And David Njoku was basically a non-factor all game and only put up 4.3 points.
He also dropped a shitload of balls, Njoku.
To be fair to him, it was pouring rain.
It was really bad.
Goddard dropped a bunch of balls that were very catchable.
Yeah.
And I put up 31.6 points. So Josh this season is 1-0 against me.
Yes.
And these records are just for me and Josh. They don't count towards what you guys are doing. As to listener teams.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. KJ Sandwich went with Blake Bortles, Alex Collins, Cameron Meredith, and Austin Safarian Jenkins. Those four guys combined for 25.6 points.
Okay.
Great Field went with Case Keenum, Dalvin Cook, Mohamed Sanu, and Trey Burton. Those guys combined for 41 points.
That Burton pick was good until Trubisky didn't throw the touchdown to him when he was wide open.
I know, that had to suck. Jads of all trades.
Oh, this freaking guy.
Oh, man. Went all in on Green Bay almost. Aaron Rodgers, Darren Sproles, Geronimo Allison. Very great budget pick. Geronimo
Allison was amazing.
Yeah,
what a amazing pick.
Really good. And Jimmy Graham had 2.8. But he had a total of 52.8 points. And at first I was like, oh, we got a guy who's going to win it.
Yep. No.
And then along came Shamstron.
Shamstron. What the hell, dude?
Andy Dalton, Melvin Gordon, Keelan Cole, and Jack Doyle. They combined for 63.5 points.
God damn it, Shams.
And I was like, wow, I can't believe Andy Dalton did all that. But it was mostly the back of Melvin Gordon that carried.
Melvin Gordon.
Shamstron.
Holy. Quietly. Melvin Gordon is like the quietest star in the league. Like, that dude's great.
Yeah, on the East Coast, we hear like nothing about him.
No one, I don't even like, we have to like look him up in an encyclopedia. That's because we don't know what it is. We don't know who he is.
And Pigeon. Alex Smith, Dion Lewis, which was a sneaky budget play.
What a winner. Wow, that's a great pick.
Juju Smith-Schuster and David Njoku.
Yeah.
Now, as I was counting up his points, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be the winner, but it ended up being very close. Pigeon ended up coming in second place this week to Shamstron, 63.5 for Shams, 62.8 for Pigeon.
0.7 points.
That means the listener winner of the week was Shamstron with 1 win over the rest of the league.
Okay.
And listener wins over Josh and Luke, these 3 people beat both of us.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't like
James
that.
John, Jads, and Pigeon all have 1 win over Josh and
I don't like that one bit. Stop it. Stop winning.
well, we just got to learn how to budget our players a little bit better.
I know.
So that brings us right in to talk about our week 2 picks.
Oh my God. All right. Are you ready?
I'm almost ready. I'm deleting
see
my
your
old
picks already.
Yeah, I wrote them in there so I could remember them.
I already saw
all right,
yours.
Josh.
Okay.
Let's hear
I'm
who you
going
got for QB this week.
I got Nick Foles, 5.7.
Foles. Okay.
I feel like Nick Foles is going to have a good game against the Tampa Bay Pirates.
Okay.
Running back, I'm going to go with Marshawn Lynch.
Ooh.
5.1.
Okay.
I don't know. I think he, I don't know. Out of anybody on that team, he's probably going to score if they score. And I'm going to go for a super budget Mike Wallace.
Ooh.
3.9.
He had some opportunities last week.
He did. I'm hoping that he gets some deep passes to him.
And then
and tight end.
Yeah.
Double dip, yeah. And tight end. I don't know who the hell's going to throw to this guy. Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
If it's Deshaun Kaiser, I mean, maybe he'll do a little check down football and I'll get some PPR out of it. So, Jimmy Graham is, let me look. I forgot to tell you the number. 4.8.
I trust you.
4.8.
I think my team came in at like 19.6.
I'm at like 19.1 or something. I don't know.
Okay. So for me, at quarterback, I'm going with Alex Smith.
Yes.
Running back, I'm going with Carlos Hyde.
I like that one.
Wide receiver, I'm going Kenny Galladay. And tight end, I'm going George Kittle.
Skittles.
I think that is going to be the team to beat this week.
Maybe. I mean, I hope we beat these guys. I don't want to lose from these guys again. I don't like that.
Yeah, that was no fun.
We're supposed to be good at like winning.
Are we though?
I mean, no. But we're supposed to be.
We're supposed to be. So yeah, again, just send your teams over. We use ESPN standard PPR scoring. There's also a link to that Jads put into the weekly fantasy game section, so you can stay up to date with that. And Wednesday morning I go through and tally everything up. You don't have to worry about figuring out the score yourself. I do all that. You guys just have to tell me your team and the value so I can make sure you're within the $20,000 cap.
You got to do math on a Saturday or a Sunday?
No, I
man.
do Wednesday.
All right. Then it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, please join. It was great that we had so many of you guys participate.
Yeah, it's super fun.
And yeah, I think like we said before, Josh, adding the budget.
That's great.
It makes it so much different than last year.
It's great. It really makes you think. It's like a much more fun game now. Like to try to find the right pieces and like you gotta think outside the box a little bit sometimes. Which is fantasy. It's very fantasy football-y.
It's very fantasy football-y. Plus, it allows us to play with so many more people without having to have we need
a league.
2-3 leagues so that everybody could be in it. Then everybody can't play
against
everybody else. Now everybody can all play together. Against each other, against us, together for free.
Yes.
And learn something along the way. And
that's what it's really about.
That's what it's really about. Man, we're going to be done early again.
Amazing.
Can you believe it?
We're getting good at this.
Yeah. We run a tight ship.
That's right. It's tight ship around here. Welcome to the, I don't know who makes boats, tight ship. Flex tape, tight
Carnival
ship.
Cruise Line Tight Ship Award.
This year, none of our passengers have gotten staph infection.
Royal Caribbean, we promise you won't get hand, foot, and mouth disease. Whose boat capsized that one time? I
think it was Royal Caribbean.
We promise you won't sink.
Man, what a way to go. Getting killed from a boat sinking in the year 2018,
I don't
huh?
think anybody died. The
No,
boat
I don't
sank
think
so
so.
slowly that they were just like,
They're just like
all right.
long, and they're in the Caribbean, so they're not dying of like exposure like
Yeah.
Titanic, right? It's like, yeah, it's pretty warm in these waters. Maybe sharks.
Oh man. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Great to have you on board. Great to chat with you. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for your fantasy leaguing. Remember, you can follow Josh at Henderson1983 on Twitter and check out Continue, Pretend Friends, Cracking the Spine, M Class Podcasts, all on their specific channels.
Go
whose
find
things I don't have memorized, but Josh tweets about them.
I don't even know all of them.
You can follow me at @MLukeBrown. You can follow the show at FFFFF Podcast on Twitter. And
5 Fs.
we'll be back here again Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with 3 more games of Madden. I want to thank everybody who tuned in last Saturday.
What did you play? What did you play?
I played Cleveland-Pittsburgh.
Okay, did Cleveland win?
I won the game with Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah, you were Cleveland, I would assume.
I played Pittsburgh. I played Green Bay, Chicago. I lost with Chicago.
You were Chicago. Well, that makes sense.
And I played Jets, Lions, and I lost that late
As Jets.
as the Jets.
What the heck, dude?
So this week I got to see what we're going to play, but I'll play Monday Night Football. I'll play Sunday Night Football, and I'll pick a game from the Sunday 1 and 4 p.m. slot. So I'll play 3 games. We'll get through them in about 2.5 hours.
Nice.
At 10 a.m. Eastern right here on this very channel. You don't even have to learn what our Twitch is because we don't have one.
Yeah, just come here and stream
Just
on
come
this.
All right.
Why not?
So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Josh, for being such a great co-host. I
Thank
hope
you.
feel better.
I'm good. I probably won't die.
Josh probably won't die. Let's all hope. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.